good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're hearing my voice. This is Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. I know, hard to understand name, but that's my name. And I like it because my initials are S-H-E. And who doesn't want she as their initials? They used to be SA, S-A-H. Boring. S-H-E is way cooler to write at the bottom of contracts and the bottom of notes and the bottom of everything. So even though I got divorced, I kept the S-H-E as my initials, so Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. Way long explanation, right? But if we haven't met yet, you can call me Pajama Grandma because I am working on my attractive character, Pajama Grandma. This little segment is my new adventure. What I'm up to now, I'm documenting my journey from being a traditional, very traditional, engineer, boring type, corporate America person to a small business owner, a multiple industry business owner, brick and mortar world, to now, this stage of my new adventure is all about going online and doing business and creating my life online on the internet, the World Wide Web, instead of going to the office every day. Thus, the Pajama Grandma, because I actually found myself in my pajamas like till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon some days until I would decide to change into my exercise clothes and go to the state park or go to wherever I was going to go to get my daily exercise in. I like to exercise first thing in the morning, but some days I find that there's other things I need to do. I like to do my videos now first thing in the morning so that I make sure I get them done and knock them out. And that means my exercise has switched to the afternoon. Plus, when the weather gets nicer and I'm going outside to exercise, I prefer to exercise outside when my feet don't get drenched by the morning dew. Because otherwise I'm walking around the park 3 or 4 miles with smushy feet. And no one likes smushy feet when they're walking. At least I don't think they do. There might be some people that do, but I don't. So I like to wait till the grass dries a little and I can go on the trails and not get all muddy or my feet smushy wet in the grass. And I like to walk in the grassy field someday and get some nice vitamin D sunshine. And other days I like to walk through the woods if it's hot so I get some shade. I always like to go where there aren't bugs. Bugs and me, not a good combination. I prefer to stay away from bugs. Bugs bug me. They might bug you too. I think that's why they're called bugs, or why we say that bugs me, because bugs are annoying. Now, they get to exist too, so if I'm going where bugs are, I don't get to complain about the bugs. I just wear a little net, or I wear my little fan, my little spinny, I told you, a nerd, right? I have one of these little fan clips that I can clip on, and it spins around and blows the bugs away. It actually works pretty slick. Depending on where you're from, we have lots of bugs in the summer here in Wisconsin. We don't get much summer, so they all have a very short lifespan and a very short time to live their lives and do their things. So we seem to have just a plethora of bugs in the summer and all the different hatches. Same in Minnesota, like the mayfly hatch and oof. Anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with online business. It doesn't have anything to do. It probably does. I could probably find a way to tie in mayflies and online business. But that's not what I'm going to do. Today, I'm having sort of a catch-up day. Yesterday was a graduation party for my amazing nephew, and that meant I didn't get much done with respect to my business. I did do a site review for a lady, which was super fun. I love doing them. And, it's only just my opinion and my thing that I see with respect to what they're doing online. But I like to think that I've got some good pieces of feedback for people in there. So I did one of those. I did my morning videos, but I didn't post them everywhere. So I might figure out if I can do something with a couple of them. One, I did post my daily scare share, but the other 2, I didn't get posted and done. And the Expert Secrets lesson, the group coaching program I'm doing, I didn't get that one posted either. I did it and I saved it, but I didn't actually get it put into my membership site, and I didn't get the associated email that I send every day done for that yet. Now, the good thing is I'm several days ahead of everyone in the group, and so I can afford to miss a day, so to speak, and catch up. And today is actually what I call an RQA, so a review and quality, listen to me. I'm living in the past, right? My old corporate quality days. RQA is a a review of what we've done so far for the previous few days or week, whatever is appropriate, questions and answers. So I just give it as kind of a breather. I send out a little survey and I let people answer questions, or I let them ask the questions. I get to answer the questions, or someone else can answer them if they know the answers better than me. That'd be awesome. That'd be another A for awesome. But I give people a chance to submit their questions so that nobody feels like they get left behind, so that if they have a question or a little stumbling block that's holding them up, we can get it taken care of right now in segments along the way before something happens to trip them and then they fall off the track of the group coaching program. I'm one of those people that I want everybody to be successful. I know it's not possible and it's an internal thing and they have to want it, but I do everything in my power to pull them along and make sure that they get everything they need, everything I can give them if they're ready to achieve what it is that they want. So I will have an RQA day, plus I'll put that other lesson in and get that caught up. I am also on a mission to fix, and I've talked about this a couple months ago, actually when I first started doing this, this little My New Adventure or daily journaling of what I'm doing as I'm creating this online business and online persona. I know I need to streamline and align all of my social media accounts. I am like a social media nightmare mess because I've done so many different things in my career, and it's not like I've had so many different personas, but I've started different pages for different businesses I've had. I've started I've got a couple Facebook accounts, which I know is against the rules, but one was before my sudden cardiac arrest and one was after my sudden cardiac arrest, because I think I'm a very different person after that event than I was before. And I went from being very business oriented, very professional, very stoic, very serious engineer type, to who I really am after my sudden cardiac arrest, and very unapologetically who I am. You know, love me, hate me. There's nothing in the middle because I'm only here for the people I'm here for. I'm not here for everyone. So I've got this mess, big old mess on social media. And as I am moving forward in the online world, I know it's really, really important to be consistent and aligned and only have one clear message going out to the online world and universe as to who I am and what I'm all about. So that if someone finds me, they can find me anywhere. Not anywhere, but a lot of places. And what they'll find is I'm consistent across the board. I'm talking about chronic pain, chronic illness, and kicking it to the curb or killing it and knocking out of your life everywhere across all my personas. And right now, that is not the case. Right now, I'm like schizophrenic Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Sharon Horn, pajama grandma, all over the place. And so I need to rein that in. And number one, figure out what that has to look like. What is that going to be? What is my branding as Sharon Horne-Ellstrom and Pajama Grandma? And how does that all work together and fit together with chronic pain so that I can explain it in a clear, concise manner that people that I'm trying to help actually get and understand and can relate to. Because if they can't relate to it, if they think that it means they're going to stay in their pajamas and have to continue to suffer in bed for the rest of their life, that's totally wrong. And so I don't want them to have that impression. I want them to know that it's no. You have the freedom to be successful and live the life that you deserve in your pajamas if you want, or not in your pajamas if you don't want. But it's possible to live an incredible life in spite of chronic pain. I guess that's my whole point. But I need to make sure all of that messaging is right. And I know right now it's not. It's a big mess. So first I have to have the plan to what I want it to be, and then I just have to go about putting all the pieces in place to change and align and make it consistent. That starts with, getting a decent profile picture for each of the platforms, getting a good cover design for each of the platforms, aligning my pages and my groups on both, LinkedIn, Facebook. Where else do I have pages and groups? Wherever else I have pages and groups, getting them all aligned and consistent so that my messaging and my presentation across the board, and it will be slightly different for each platform because each platform is different and needs to be approached from a different standpoint. For example, Instagram. Instagram is probably the only one that I am on there as chronic painkillers. But my picture is just me, and it's not Pajama Grandma me. It's just an old picture of me. So Again, not aligned, not consistent. You might look at that picture and see my curly hair and my much younger face without all these wrinkles and think, is that really her? Because there's so many people with the same name online. Have you ever searched your name on Facebook? Have you ever Googled your name? Fascinating. I never knew there were so many Sharon Horne-Ellstroms. How on earth can there be more than one Sharon Horne-Ellstrom? I didn't think it could be possible, but there are. And Sharon Horne with an E, there's like 30 of us just on Facebook. Some of them are really famous. I wish I were them. But my point is, whatever your name is, amazingly enough, there's probably another person with your exact same name. So I need to be consistent across the board and carve everything out and make everything align so that people get it. So that, so that I clarify my message and I get it. So I am down to just one thing and not trying to do my usual 50 different things. I'll admit, I think I have 15 or 16 Facebook pages. I probably have another 15 or 16 Facebook groups because of the different industries and the different roles I played over the years. I haven't even been online that long to have that much muss and stuff going on. And the more diverse I continue to be, although, yes, diversity is wonderful, but only after you've obtained success in the one area you want. So I never started another business until the business I was in was running successfully pretty much on autopilot, or I had the team in place to run that business in the offline world. I have to do the exact same thing on the online world, and I'm not sure why I wasn't doing that. I guess it was because I didn't want to decide. I didn't want to pick one thing because I was afraid I was missing out on everything else I wasn't doing. But by trying to do more than one thing, or 20 things, or 6 things, or 3 things, or even 2 things, guess what? I wasn't getting traction, the traction that I need by focusing on one thing. So I'm going to focus on chronic pain. I'm going to focus on one thing. And when I get that all done and the traction and on autopilot, then and only then will I switch to another thing. So that's my rant for today. I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day. Go out, do something amazing, or something that's just amazing to you. And I will see you tomorrow with another update on what's my new adventure.